Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to We Are Film, and today I'm going to talk about the Panasonic S1h. So let's get into it. So if you've been living under a rock and you haven't seen Cinegear or Cine Expo or whatever it's called, Cinegear Expo, it's basically a expo in California where they kind of go over some really cool new gear, specifically in the cinema realm. Now, although we've heard rumors of possibly a new Canon camera, as well as the Sony A7S III, neither of those came out, but we did get a very interesting release from Panasonic. And one of the biggest headlines of this release is it's kind of piggybacking off their S1 series, which is a full frame series from Panasonic. With this new Panasonic S1h, they really upped the antics with including 6K recording at 24 frames per second in 3x2, so typically more of an anamorphic style shooting, as well as 5.9K in 16:9 up to 30 frames. Along with that, it can also output 10-bit 4K 60 frames per second, similar to the GH5 and GH5S. It also has unlimited recording, 14 stops of dynamic range in V-Log. It can actually be powered by USB-C. It's larger than the S1 and S1R, it takes SD cards, and it's gonna be right around that $4,000 price mark. So this is a very interesting camera because at face value, it kind of feels like a GH5. You know, of course, the 10-bit 4K, obviously the 6K anamorphic, which is also what the GH5 can do. But the biggest difference is, of course, it is a full frame sensor. Now, there are some rumors saying that the video may be slightly cropped, but I don't think that's going to be the case, especially considering the sensor size and the actual 5.9K. Maybe a 1.1 crop if anything, but again, still something, you know, shooting basically 6K on a full frame sensor is pretty amazing. So this thing sounds like a beast. Now, I think it's gonna have a niche market. I'm not sure exactly where that's going to be. I mean, things like IBIS really hint towards the fact that it could be more prosumer still. But again, the fact that it is $4,000 and it's gonna be something you're gonna use with the Leica L-mount series lenses, which are pretty expensive, obviously shows that it's more towards the pro market. And the weird thing is that this is kind of in direct competition with the GH5, GH5S, as well as the EVA 1, because none of those cameras actually have a full frame sensor. So it also kind of brings up the question as to what is the future of the GH series? Now, Panasonic says they are not going to be ditching the Micro Four Thirds mount anytime soon, even though I wish they would. So it leads me to believe that we're probably going to see a GH series camera next year. It's going to have a Micro Four Thirds mount and probably a little bit larger of a sensor, maybe closer to a Super 35, although I'm not sure exactly what the Micro Four Thirds can support. But the biggest question is, how are they going to differentiate what the GH series can do versus now what the S series can do? Now, of course, again, the S series is full frame, it's got Leica glass, so it's very different in that aspect. But again, if the video components are going to be quite similar, it's going to be a decision of, well, am I spending a lot more money for full frame or am I not? So this makes me believe that the GH6 is going to offer something like 6K recording as well, and possibly some type of RAW codec, maybe internal, ProRes RAW, something like that. I'm not saying that's going to exactly be on there, but it's definitely something that the GH series needs to step up on. Now, of course, the EVA 1 supports ProRes RAW, so it's not something entirely special if the GH series did that. So what do you think? Do you buy an S1h or do you wait for a GH series camera? I don't know. Personally, I'm invested in the Canon line of lenses, so in my case, I would just use a speed booster with the GH series and that'd be that. But I do think that the S1h is a really interesting camera for full frame shooters or people that want to shoot full frame and get all of those video capabilities of the GH series camera in that. Now again, a $4,000 price tag is pretty hefty, especially considering it has most of the features of the GH5, but it's just a full frame sensor. So in my case, I own a GH5. I don't really see a reason to buy the S1h, but it's definitely gonna be a camera that we're gonna get here and test out for sure. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to let me know down in the comments below what you think about the Panasonic S1h or what you wanna see in the future Panasonic upgrades. Anyway guys, thanks for watching again. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.